Hi, this is Ian Wong. You guys can call me Philip, the team leader of Yoyofriends. And today we're going to do an overview of the Yoyofriends Melzi, the second signature of Yoyofriends Japan's player Tomoki Toyama. Alright, so overlook. Yoyofriends, company introduction. Yoyofriends is manufacturing FPM and serial players all around the world with me as lead and Tomoki as the Yoyofriends Japan lead together combined to make an awesome yo-yo company, to make awesome yo-yos, give back to the yo-yo community, and the sponsor contests and all that good stuff. Alright, so one of our main things is supporting the players, so make sure they succeed in contests or whatever they want, just to help support the Yoyofriends player themselves, and yeah, and help this community. Okay, so first look at this yo-yo Melzi. So of course, the first signature of Tomoki Toyama is the Da Vinci, and it's where did I put it? Here it is. Okay, so Da Vinci is his third signature. So now with the metas changing, yo-yos are going wider, more horizontal, more body tricks. The yo-yo requires more power, so he thinks he needs an upgrade, and we agree with that. So firstly, he made some very unrealistic requests. All right, so Da Vinci is a very fast playing and light yo-yo. This is around 62-ish grams. And he wants a yo-yo heavier, but faster. So see, that's where the problem is. A yo-yo is heavier than Da Vinci and faster, and also as fast, like in acceleration, as the Da Vinci. So that is basically saying that we're trying to define physics, because how do I make a yo-yo that is already one of the fastest, a lot heavier, a lot wider, a lot bigger, and still keep the same acceleration and and top speed? So I kind of tackled on this project after interviewing him, because I was like, okay, so we need to start using all the technology at our disposal back in the days. Like this was like almost a year ago. So what we did is, okay, so how do we make it like heavier while keeping acceleration? Center weight right above the middle axle. So we look into two classic designs that is Tomoki's favorite. They are the Phycent monometal and Phycent. Both of them have the same center design. So Phycent, this is a Phycent monometal. I'll get rid of that. Phycent monometal center, and also just the classic center of like a the Vulture or Sunwing. Vulture and Sunwing have the same. So basically, just like a parabola on top of the axle to give it more center weight, to help the yo-yo spin faster and add that acceleration, right? So he really liked the design of a more simpler, like just a parabola cup, center cup. So he went with the design of Vulture / Sunwing on there. And so yeah, here it is. So we got that figured out. Then we're like, okay, so we're gonna need new technology. So we look into the Peregrine X. So he wants his yo-yo very solid feel and fast paced. He's more of a techy player rather than a zoning player. So we look into like the Netrunner, of course, for at that time the Netrunner for like, should we implement hollow ring technology into this? But hollow ring, makes yo-yo slightly slower, and the point of hollow ring is making the yo-yo more flowy and having more hang time in the horizontal and zoning situations, which he doesn't quite need. He needs that speed and acceleration, all of them in tech tricks. So we look into the likes of Peregrine X. So Peregrine X has this wrapped around ring that is very aggressive, super aggressive. The ring wraps around and dips down. So we're like, okay, we're gonna make this even more aggressive than the Peregrine X. As you can see, the ring wraps around and dips straight down almost. So this is ensuring maximum rim weight, period. No hollowing, just good old-fashioned rim weight and center weight combined, making this yo-yo very linear. Like what you input exactly, like you input like this, you expected this yo-yo to do this, and this yo-yo will exactly do it. Okay, no float or quirky acceleration, none of that. Like this yo-yo will do exactly what you want to do. So that is the idea of that, and of course I told him, okay, we need to make the catch zone a lot wider, right? So this catch zone is now almost as wide as Phycent bimetal and monometal, of course. So you can see just the huge upgrade in terms of catchability, catch the catch zone width. The rings are just as wide, slightly wider actually, and a lot more. Now it's wrapped around ring, and it's very, very aggressive, even more aggressive. So yeah, and a lot more center weight. So the weight now is around 63, mid 63-ish. Actually, 63, mid 63 to almost 64-ish. So it's like a gram-ish heavier than the Da Vinci. But yeah, due to the center weight, the acceleration does not fall whatsoever. Okay, so that is the first look at how this yo was designed. And oh, one more thing. So after prototype 1, he wanted the gap width to be 4.60. That is obviously too wide for me. I suggested him to go down, but he didn't quite listen. But he was at a contest, and he was having trouble binding. I looked through his videos, and he kind of agreed with me. So we made the gap width 4.57, and then we made prototype 2. That's the only difference between prototype 1 and 2. And he have no more issues. I looked through his footage on his newest contest, and he's binding fine. So that is the only difference between Proto 1 and Pro 2. So I basically hit it basically on the spot. Good for me, yay me. All right, so I will have the full spec of this yo-yo here. Okay, so smoothness, this is prototype 2. Mine is a 10 out of 10. However, I think somebody kind of dinged it. But yeah, like one side is 9.5, the other side is 10. But this, I have this for like months. Like somebody kind of dinged it, but oh well. Should be 10 out of 10 for production. Power on this yo is actually pretty powerful, even though it's still a light yo at under 64 grams. Because of the extreme ring weight, even more aggressive than the Paragon X. I think the ring weight is pushing around 19.5 to 19. I think it's around there, just shy of 20 grams. So it's got a lot of power. You don't feel a lot of power like when you initially throw it, like some of the 68 gram yo-yos or super heavy yo-yo like Anceps or like Replicant and all that stuff. But you definitely feel a lot of power throughout the combo, and the sleep time is actually very, very impressive. Especially when you're trying to bind, it will actually surprise you that this will have a lot more spin power left than you expect. So definitely watch that out because this yo can spin a very long time. So stability on this yo is very, very good. This yo is not very wide, so it's very easy. That's like a good thing for stability. And of course, this is the traditional Yoyofriends all out rim weighted bimetal. So yeah, the stability is very, very good. So he kind of needs that stability for, well, he also does horizontal, and also he's a very tag player. So tag players need that stability in the vertical plane especially, so it doesn't leave that vertical plane. And he does a lot of horizontal too, so he kind of need that stability to have it on. He's not necessarily a zoning player, and that's fine, but this thing just shreds just the tag tricks and traditional horizontal tricks with ease. Okay, so acceleration of this yo is actually matching the Da Vinci, almost as fast as the OG Hummingbird. Well, there's only one Hummingbird, sorry, the original Hummingbird, and I think it's one of the fastest accelerating yo-yo. The only yo that beats this in acceleration barely is OG Hummingbird and OG Tachyon. So this is right up there on the echelon of the fastest accelerating Yoyofriends yo-yo ever. And this is actually bigger than those two, especially wider. So I think this is really, really cool because that is one thing he requested. He loves acceleration and the speediness of the Da Vinci, and he really wanted to be replicated onto this Melzi. So yeah, and we kind of did it, which is very, very hard, but we satisfied his, I call it physics defying needs, because he literally just say, oh, I want this to heavier, faster, just everything, every single status is I want it better, but like, yeah, it's so funny. So yeah, I really think this yo-yo accelerates very well. It's among the fastest Yoyofriends yo-yo in acceleration, and the currently fastest, because we discontinued the Tachyon and the Hummingbird kind of. So yeah, if you want the fast acceleration, the traditional fast feeling Yoyofriends, fast acceleration, fast speed, this is the newest one. So top speed, of course, this is, I think, currently the fastest Yoyofriends yo-yo, right? Yeah, fastest Yoyofriends yo-yo currently. It's like maxed out speed. It just teleports around, no problem. And you know, this yo-yo is not very narrow and not too small. So this is definitely, you know, very good achievement. And yeah, just a very fast yo-yo, surpassing everything we released recently. So flow and float, there's tiny bit of flow because of the center weight, but not much. No float because, you know, it's extreme rim weight and center weight combined together, and there's no wall weight or anything in between to make that core heat acceleration. And also, this is kind of like a V/H shape. There's no like O shape in it, and H shape doesn't really add that much flow. It just helps with the stability, which this will have tons of. And V shape is just for speed. Okay, so this yo is very linear and very mostly V playing with a hint of H shape. Horizontal yo is actually very good because this yo is very fast. So when yo is very fast, you can't just brute. Oh wait, oh god, I'm really washed right now. So you can just brute force through horizontal very easily. Because this yo is very fast, especially in acceleration. So you can just handle your tricks no problem. This yo just wants to go. So if you're confident and you know what you're doing, the horizontal will be very easy, especially, and you will do it like at tremendous speed. This yo wants you to go faster, especially in the horizontal plane. Okay, bind on this yo-yo. I'm a little bit struggling, I'm not gonna lie. My sweet spot is around 4.52 to 4.55. This is just above that. So I am using Kitty first class. So I am struggling to bind a little bit. First class normal, so sorry. So he's using like a thicker string. So I would recommend Kitty first class fat, XL, OT, fat, and XL. So fat and XL of any string will work. So yeah, that's very good. But once you bind, like if you use this string, the binding is no problems. Like lots of rim weight, high RPM because of the center weight, it will bind very well. Once the binding initializes, it's a very good feeling on this yo-yo. Okay, and okay, now all the other stuff, finger grinds, it's doable. B blasted 70, 68, very smooth. This one's actually not even B blasted, but I can still do it very well. So some of them are polished, some of them are B blasted. This one is, I think this one is polished. So, but I can still do them no problem. I don't know why. Like, oh well. They're all good, I guess. All right, thumb grind. You can definitely do it. Giant lip. You're not touching SS. You're touching B blasted or polished 7068. So you can definitely do them. Finger spin is around average to below average because this is a parabola convex. So it will just swirl around. It's like average. Okay, so that is finger spin. So all right, conclusion on this yo-yo. This yo-yo is called a Melzi. So Melzi is like a disciple, a student of Da Vinci. So he's going down the lineage, kind of. Yeah, so this is an upgrade over Da Vinci, period. It's got more power, stability. It have the same acceleration and top speed as the Da Vinci. And then when you were at the super high stress, top speed combo situations, real combos, and this can handle better because of just how much more power and stability it has. It's got the same shape as Da Vinci as V/H. We're using the newest technology of wraparound ring that is super ultra aggressive. That goes almost all the like straight down after it's wrapped around. And we got a lot of center weight using the Sunwing / Vulture center cup. So yeah, everything about this yo is about speed and acceleration. With the Tachyon and Hummingbird basically discontinued, this is the newest, fastest Yoyofriends yo-yo that kind of screams back the good old days of Yoyofriends, where like I think the three super hyper fast yo-yos are Peregrine, the original Peregrine, Hummingbird, and Tachyon. So this video is right up there with them in speed and acceleration. If you like something, if you like kind of like that, a bimetal that's goes hypersonic speed, this is one for you. And this is you'll have enough catch zone and width for you to do all the body tricks or zoning if you want. But this is zippy, fast, and pretty powerful and light feel. So if you like that kind of video, this one's for you. If you want something like super heavy, super more zoning oriented, and super wide, you can look into the Netrunner and the Replicant and Armageddon and those kind of stuff. But if you want to go to traditional classic Yoyofriends speed with newest technology and also just the upgrade overall with Da Vinci, or you like Tomoki Toyama, definitely this is the video for you. All right, so thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.